Welcome to Celebrity Republic. If you're a fan of all things entertainment, this is the channel for you. From the latest gossip to lifestyle videos and more, we've got it all. Hit that subscribe button now to join the Republic and never miss a moment of the action. American singer, songwriter, and actress Taylor Swift is well known throughout the world and is well known throughout the music industry. Taylor Swift, who was born in Reading, Pennsylvania, on December 13, 1989, began performing at an early age and has since gone on to become one of the most popular musicians of her time. In this 3,000-word post, we will examine Taylor Swift's biography, songs, and career. Young adulthood and career. Scott Kingsley Swift and Andrea Gardner Swift gave birth to Taylor Allison Swift. Her mother was a stay-at-home mom, and her father was a financial counselor. Swift and her younger brother Austin were brought up in a Presbyterian home. Swift developed a passion for music at a young age and started giving public performances at the age of 10. She frequently gave performances at festivals, karaoke competitions, and local fairs. Swift started creating her own songs when she was 11 years old, and she frequently sang them at different events. Swift relocated to Nashville, Tennessee, with her family in 2004 in order to further her musical career. She was an A student at Hendersonville High School, where she also wrote songs and performed occasionally, although the majority of her time was devoted writing music. Swift secured a recording deal with Big Machine Records in 2006. When she was 16 years old. In October of that year, she released her self-titled debut album, which was a huge triumph, selling over 2 million copies in the US and becoming multi-platinum. She received a Grammy nomination for Best New Artist for the album as well. One of her generation's most popular and famous performers is Taylor Swift. In addition to selling over 50 million albums and 150 million singles globally, she has received numerous accolades, including Grammy Awards, American Music Awards, and Billboard Music Awards. We shall examine Taylor Swift's musical career in greater detail in this article, from her earliest days to her most recent triumphs. Swift began creating songs when she was 12 years old and picked up the guitar to go with her vocals. She gave performances at a range of occasions in her hometown, such as fairs and karaoke competitions. Swift's family relocated to Nashville, Tennessee, when she was 14 years old, so she could focus on her singing career. For senior year, when she was homeschooled to concentrate on her music, she attended Hendersonville High School. Scott Borchetta, the creator of Big Machine Records, first saw Swift perform at a local venue, the renowned Bluebird Cafe. Swift got a record deal with Big Machine Records in 2006, and later that year, she released her self-titled debut album. A critical and economic triumph, the album sold over 2.5 million copies in the US and peaked at number 5 on the Billboard 200 list. Hit singles including Tim McGraw, Teardrops on My Guitar, and Our Song were included on the CD. In Our Song, Swift made history as the youngest musician to create and record a #1 song on the Hot Country Songs list. Swift's second studio album, Fearless, which was released in 2008, was a pivotal moment in her professional life. Around 5 million copies of the album were sold in the United States, where it debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 list. Hit songs from the album were Love Story, You Belong With Me, and Fearless. Swift became the youngest performer to win Album of the Year, when she won 4 Grammy Awards for the record, including that honor. Swift's third studio album, Speak Now, which was released in 2010, helped her maintain her crossover popularity. Around 4 million copies of the album were sold in the United States, where it debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 list. Hit songs from the album were Mine, Back to December, and Mean. Swift co-produced the album with Nathan Chapman, and she composed every song on it. Trial and Error with Red and Pop. Swift's fourth studio album, Red, deviated from her country music roots and was released in 2012. The album included collaborations with musicians like Ed Sheeran and Gary Lightbody of Snow Patrol, as well as a more pop-oriented style. Around 6 million copies of the album were sold in the United States, where it debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 list. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, I Knew You Were Trouble, and 22 were among the album's top hits. 1989 and its global success. Swift's fifth studio album, 1989, deviated significantly from her country music roots, When it was released in 2014, the album included collaborations with producers like Max Martin and Shellback, and a more synthpop and dance pop feel. The album sold more than 10 million copies worldwide and debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 list. Hit songs from the album were Shake It Off, Blank Space, and Bad Blood. For the album, Swift received 3 Grammy Awards, including Best Pop Vocal Album. Swift has been called a music chameleon for experimenting with many musical genres and evolving as an artist. Prior to the release of her 4th studio album, Red, in 2012, she classified herself as a country musician. Although country radio was encouraged to play her CDs, critics noticed that they featured a wide range of pop and rock genres. After 2010, they noted that Swift's melodies are firmly rooted in pop music, and that the only country music elements are her light twang and a few fiddle, banjo, and mandolin accents. Some remarked that her country music identity was more of a reflection of her narrative songwriting than of her musical style. Swift's status as a country performer was well received by the Nashville music community, but detractors charged that she had abandoned the genre's traditional origins in order to achieve crossover success in the large pop market. Swift remarked, "I leave the genre designation to other people." To the critical controversy that was sparked by Red's varied pop, rock, and techno influences, Swift made a bait-and-switch move by starting her musical career in Nashville, according to music journalist Jody Rosen, by planting roots in loamy country soil, then turning to pop. With the release of her synth-pop 5th studio album, 1989, in 2014, she renounced her reputation as a country musician. That was her first documented, official pop album, according to Swift. Swift's status as a country performer was well received by the Nashville music community, but detractors charged that she had abandoned the genre's traditional origins in order to achieve crossover success in the large pop market. Swift remarked, "I leave the genre designation to other people." To the critical controversy that was sparked by Red's varied pop, rock, and techno influences, Swift made a bait-and-switch move by starting her musical career in Nashville, according to music journalist Jody Rosen, by planting roots in loamy country soil, then turning to pop. With the release of her synth-pop 5th studio album, 1989, in 2014, she renounced her reputation as a country musician. That was her first documented, official pop album, according to Swift. Taylor Swift, one of the most successful and well-liked performers of her generation, has a net worth of $500 million as of the time of this film, but her career has not been without controversy. We'll examine some of the controversy that Taylor Swift has been associated with in more detail in this post. Kanye West disputation. The infamous event at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, where Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech for Best Female Video, is one of the most well-known controversy involving Swift. Swift gave the mic to West, who then announced that bands should have received the honor. Swift's supporters and the broader public were outraged by the episode, and West received harsh criticism for his behavior. When West's song Famous with the lyrics "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex, why I made that BTCH famous" was released in 2016, the debate erupted once more. Swift criticized the song, calling its misogynistic lyrics something she had not endorsed. Swift allegedly gave her blessing after discussing the lyrics with West in advance, according to West. Swift and West's dispute persisted throughout the years, as both musicians continued to criticize the other in their music and on social media. Lyrics trademarking. When it was discovered that Taylor Swift had copyrighted many lines from her album 1989, including this sick beat, "'Cause we never go out of style," and "Party Like It's 1989. The revelation created controversy. This action was perceived as an effort to stop other musicians from using these expressions in their own songs or products. Swift received criticism from many for what they perceived as an effort to stifle artistic freedom and originality. Swift defended herself, claiming that she had no intention of stopping other musicians from using the lines in their own music, and that the trademarking was done to stop anyone from using them to sell goods. Katy Perry and conflict. Formerly, Taylor Swift and Katy Perry were close friends, but a disagreement involving backup dancers soured their friendship. Swift perceived Perry's 2013 hiring of Swift's backup dancers for her own tour as a betrayal. Swift released the song Bad Blood in 2014, which many perceived as a diss tune aimed at Perry. The two musicians traded subtle digs at one another on social media and in interviews. Swift and Perry spat insults with one another in their music and on social media for several years, throughout their ongoing dispute. In 2018, Perry sent Swift an actual olive branch as a sign of peace and issued a formal apology. Lawsuit for sexual assault. A radio DJ by the name of David Mueller is accused of groping Taylor Swift in 2013 at a meet and greet before a concert in Colorado. Swift told her security team about the event, and they told Mueller's employer, radio station Kygo. Mueller was sacked from his position, but he refuted the accusations and filed a defamation lawsuit against Swift. Swift filed a counterclaim against Mueller, accusing him of assault, and requested $1 in compensation. Swift was granted the symbolic $1 in damages by a jury in 2017. After they found in her favor, Swift sent the money to a group that aids sex assault victims. In conclusion, over the years, Taylor Swift has been embroiled in a number of controversies, including her dispute with Katy Perry, her trademarking of songs, and her conflict with Kanye West. She continues to be one of the most successful and well-liked performers of her generation, despite these controversies.
Join the ultimate celebrity fan community by subscribing to this channel, Celebrity Republic. Get the latest news, interviews, lifestyles, and exclusive content from your favorite stars all in one place. Don't miss out. Subscribe now.